So hello, welcome back to another video. Now today it's my first session of 2025. It's the 2nd of January. I've not been out for a few days. I did have a night session a few nights back with Jay, and we tried a few different venues. We fished for about 3-4 hours and it was a complete and utter blank. So I've come out today, hopefully with a new year, new luck, and hopefully the fish gods are out there today, and we'll be able to connect to a few fish. Now the first mark I'm at, I'm not going to be staying here long, probably just about half an hour or so, and then I'm going to drive somewhere else, give it a go there, and I'm going to fish throughout the afternoon and see how many bass I can catch, if any. Now over here in Guernsey, we're actually at a fairly good time at the moment. This time last year was actually really productive. There was quite a lot of fish about, and there were some good sized fish as well. So hopefully we're going to have the same scenario this season. And going through the winter and then into spring, it tends to die off. So now is the time to really get out there, put the time in, and try and find some fish. Enough talking, I've just stuck a lure on, I'm ready to go. Let's get a lure in the water and see if we can find a bass today. Right, let's get out there then. We got a nice murky green colour to the water today. So I'm going to start with a white Savage here. This one's 33 grams. We've got a bit of wind, but hopefully I'm going to be able to get this out nice and far, cover that ground, and hopefully come into a fish today. Oh, first cast. Absolute beauty. That is unreal. The first session, the first cast in fact, of 2025, and I've got a little bass. Mental. It's really small, but it's a fish. But look at that, that is mental. First cast of 2025, and we're into a basil. You cannot make this up. How about that? First cast of a session, first cast of the year, first bass of the year. What a start that is. Just a tiny bass obviously, little small one. But what a start to the year. First cast in, first fish. Let's get it back, see if there's some more in there. Well, it never gets old, that. Now let's hope that is not the first cast curse, and let's also hope there's something a bit bigger about. But that's a good start. Now if the water was clear, I really wouldn't have much confidence here today, but we've got that lovely green tinge to it, which whenever I'm out fishing just fills me with confidence. It just screams fish. So we're just going to cast around, cover all the ground. I'm just using the chest cam for now because these rocks are a little awkward. So I've actually got a few hours to fish this afternoon. So what I'm intending on doing is actually going to a couple of marks, trying a couple of different venues, and just seeing how many bass we can catch. Hopefully we can get a few more. Just got to work with the tides and the wind today. It's not a strong wind, but the direction it's coming from just kind of limits a lot of places you can try. But saying that, living on a small island, there's always somewhere you can find with a bit of shelter, or even if you are fishing into the wind, there's always the odd venue you can give a go. That'll be worth a go today. We've got pretty good tides. They're not springs, but they're sort of 8 metre highs, 1.6 metre lows. Come on fish, where have you gone? It's gone very, very quiet. I'm going to go try off some other rocks in a moment, and then I might come back here, or I might just head off somewhere else. Just a quick half-an-hour blast in this spot. One fish to show, but that's it. So I've just come over to a different area now. I'm going to give it a go off these rocks, but I've seen loads of these little rock oysters. I think these are the Pacific oysters. clung to the rocks. There's quite a lot of them. I'll give you a show when I'm on the way back, but I'm just going to give it 10 minutes from this area and then we'll head off somewhere else. So just fishing into some deeper water here, and as I said, I'm just going to give it 10 minutes here and then I'm going to go figure out where to go next, see if we can connect to a bigger bass. So these are all the little oysters that are around. This one's just a small one, you can see. You could probably pop that one off. Now a lot of these are fully clung to the rocks. There's a couple more over here as well. Most of the time you see them like this, they are properly stuck on there. But a few of these, this one's actually a nice one. You could probably pop that off somehow. Obviously I'm just going to leave them, but it's really surprising. There's actually quite a few around here. Normally you see them just scattered about, but there seems to be like a cluster of them on these rocks here. Interesting stuff. I'm on again. Now I didn't have any luck in that, off those other rocks, so I decided to come back here. God, I got a fighter and flick a surface lure out, and I've just had this bass follow it in and go for it 2 or 3 times. Get in there. Bass off the top on the Pachinko 140 in January. What a start to 2025. So there's the lure off. This bass just in a little pool underneath me. Surface lure fishing in January in Guernsey. It's when it can be prime. I know it's just a small fish, but that one literally was just retrieving the lure in nice and slowly, and I saw it come up to swell behind. I paused the lure and it swelled for it again. So I just tapped it 2-3 more times, paused it, and as soon as I paused it, bang, it went for it. But there we are, similar size to the last one, but a lovely silver primed condition bass there. Right, so I'm right next to the water's edge. Off he goes. Boom, back with a splash. Now, I'm glad I decided to come back to this little spot. I was just fishing over the other side there, no luck at all. I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to try half a dozen casts with a surface lure. But let's give it another couple and let's see if we can find another one. Right, back out we go. Now, it's actually really difficult to even see the lure from the water. But just a nice, slow, steady retrieve. And obviously you got that rattle in the lure, which is just... Oh, was that a swirl? No, I don't think so. Yeah, sorry, you got that rattle in the lure, which is just creating that disturbance, making that noise. And that's going to attract a bass from a surprising amount of distance away. Well, that one ended up taking the lure no more than 10-12 feet away from me. Now it's flattened off a lot now because that tide going down, that swell's dropped slightly. Perfect conditions to be working a surface lure here, but you never know, it could go dead again. But I'm glad I decided to come back and try this area. So then, I've come down to a completely different mark now. Now, what I did was I popped home for an hour, had something to eat, had a drink, and now I've come back out. Now I'm down at this spot. I've seen another 4 anglers already. It seems to be every time I come down here, there's so many people here now. But anyway, I'm going to clip on a surface lure again because it's nice and calm here, and we're going to work this on the top, see if we can locate another fish. Now I will change lures if I have to, but it'd be nice to see if we can catch another off the top. So let's give it a go. So let's go out with the first cast. Just going to keep that rod tip held pretty high for the time being. Slowly work that lure back in. And let's hope we get a fish at this spot. Well, I tell you what, it's a lot colder now. That temperature's really dropped. Now I'm going to stick a shallow diving lure on, some megabass zonk, the gator eyes. This thing vibrates like hell in the water, so we'll give this a go. See if any fish are going to show up. There's a bit of swell developing now as that tide's picking up. And I must admit, it does look very fishy in here, but it can literally switch on at any moment. As always with fishing, they're either going to be there or they're not, but you will get those windows where if you time it right, you'll get 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes shorter, little window of opportunity when some fish pass through and you can start plucking them out. I'm on. I've managed to pluck one out, just a little one, taking close in there. Go on, mate. Oh. There we go, beautiful stuff. What a way to end the day, a little schoolie bass taken off the top. Guys, all tangled up in my line, but there we go. One little schoolie bass to end the session, taken off the top. Just as that light's fading, let's get it back in the water. So that's going to do it for my little outing this afternoon. As you can see, it's pretty much darkness now. I've just driven down the coast, come to get a fresh coffee to end the day and end the afternoon of a fun little session. Now, right at the end there, I was actually literally about to leave. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to give it one or two more casts and then I'm out of here. And I just had that bass creep up. I was basically just working the surface lure between two big boulders through like a little channel. And right close to one of the boulders, that little bass came up and went for the lure. So a great way to end the session. It's been a fun afternoon. I probably did about 40 minutes, 45 minutes at that last spot, and then an hour or so at the one before. So 3 bass to start the new year. I'm really not complaining. Now, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching the videos last year. I really do wish all of you a very happy new year and the best of luck for your fishing adventures throughout 2025. I intend to do a lot more fishing this year than I did compared to last year, so hopefully that means more videos, more content, and just some enjoyable viewing for you guys at home. So that being said, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one.